Welcome to the 2022 local election candidate videos, made possible by a partnership between Collin County Votes, which is an initiative of the Collin County Business Alliance, and the Allen, Frisco, McKinney, and Plano Chambers of Commerce. I'm Leanne Libby with Community Impact Newspaper, and I'm excited to introduce our viewers to Gopal Ponangi, running for Frisco ISD Place 1. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's jump right in with the first question. So not everyone understands exactly what a school board trustee's roles and responsibilities are. Can you share with us in your own words what the role entails?
Sure. So it's a policy-making body. We are a group of 7 members who are, it's like a corporate entity. I mean, one person will not be able to make the entire decisions. And at the same time, the focus is on the policy, while the superintendent and then the rest of the team, they work on the regular operations, but the school board is more on policy. And at the same time, they are also a bridge between the community and then the school administration, and also the bridge between the community and then the legislators too. We always work with legislators to help ensure that policies are being done or bills are being enacted as per the our priorities. That's how I see it.
Good, thank you. Well, so talk to us about what would your top 2 to 3 policy priorities be if elected?
From the legislator or from the school
Just
board?
as your role on school board, kind of what would you prioritize? What do you
Oh,
think are the
okay.
top 2 or 3 things?
So a couple of things that really come to my mind is the learning loss that has happened due to COVID. A lot of students, were doing virtual, and then there was a lot of disturbance in the last 2 years. And then I want to ensure that the learning loss is, sort of filled. The gap is being filled for the students, and also the mental health along with it goes hand in hand because a lot of social emotional learning issues, a lot of things have changed, have disturbed the ways of learning for these students. So I just want to ensure that these two are taken care of. Along with it, another thing that is very close to my heart is working on the entrepreneurship related programs. I feel that, while everyone, whether a student is great in academic, sports, or fine arts, the skills related to their entrepreneurships are very, very important so that, they'll forge ahead, they'll rewrite their future according to, their will. So, I just want to make sure that those skills are also embedded, and then the programs related to those skills are also, advanced.
So, talk to us about how the pandemic has impacted Frisco ISD and how, if elected, would you work to address these issues?
As said earlier, pandemic has definitely impacted Frisco ISD students and teachers and staff. Um, One, as I said, the learning loss amongst the students, that is one of the major thing. And then the other thing is, also what we have to ensure is the mental health of the teachers also. While we are addressing, as I said earlier, about the mental health for the students, but teachers also, they have gone through a lot of stress. So those things have to be addressed. And then one thing very good about Frisco ISD that I like is that when during the spring break of March 2020, when at the onset of the pandemic, the entire educator community in the FISD, they have started working during that break, and then they made sure that the virtual learning was available. Maybe one day lost, but the day after that, we started making it available. So coming back to your question, I would like to ensure that these things are taken care of. When I say these things, the learning loss and then the mental stability, mental health aspects, those programs are strengthened. Hopefully, we'll get more funding from the state as we go into the session next year, and also have more SR funds allocated to us. Hopefully.
So, we're hearing more and more about the difficulties around attracting and retaining teachers. What are your thoughts on how to address this issue?
Teachers are the heart of the school district. Without teachers, there'll be empty buildings. So, couple of things that come to my mind is that as I said, mental health that needs to be addressed right away. But some of the things we have already done, we have provided some stipends and then some bonuses because of the pandemic, and then because of the extra efforts that they have put together. I would like them to continue and also see that if there's some levi from the universities, if they are able to provide certain programs and courses for the teachers at a reduced price, and at the same time also provide certain capabilities where people who want to enter into teaching, they get certain programs where they get started, and then they again start working in a school, and then they continue and complete the programs after they join as a teacher. So things like that will definitely help retain and also increase the teacher capacity in schools.
So, what would you like to see the legislature address to help support public education in your district in the next session?
Few things. One is definitely the inflation. Have the funding formula be changed so that it will adjust to the inflation that we are all going through right now. Another one is expand the virtual learning. Right now, the virtual learning is there. The bill was passed last session. However, I feel that if certain students, due to their health, they're not able to attend the school, or if there are certain students who are into sports and then who are not able to do it. So right now it is all or none. But if there is a facility where they can be in the virtual learning only for a period of time, for a month or two or something like that, during that particular time, that will be of great help to the students. And then the third one is some sort of benefits for the teachers. Even the governor Abbott has said that we need to, he has put together a task force to address the teacher shortage. So anything related to that area that will help schools to have more and more teachers or retain the teachers, that will be of great help. These are top three things that I would like to be seen in the next session.
So, we live in a very diverse area in every sense of the word. Can you talk about how important it is to consider incorporating diversity into your decisions on the school board?
Well, the country itself, is an example of diversity. I got elected. Itself is shows that we are embracing diversity in our school district. The community has embraced, and then that needs to go into the board decisions as well. We have seven board of trustees coming from various backgrounds, and then one person looks from a financial hat maybe is different from some other person who is wearing as a ex-teacher hat, or somebody coming from a program manager, project manager standpoint. So looking at the same thing from different angles and then coming into solutions is very, very important. And that is what will help ensure the decisions that will be able to be addressed for the entire community.
Well, so last question. Can you tell us something about the school district that makes you excited about the future for this next generation in our community?
Sure, I can talk on and on. 1 minute may not be sufficient. I'm very excited about our school district, mainly because of the opportunities that we provide to the students. The small school model that was, put together a few years, maybe a few decades ago, has really helped in a lot of talent, and then also a lot of students come to our school district. When other school districts are adding around 500 students or so, or some school districts are shrinking their numbers, we are at a average rate of 2,000 students per year or something like that. This is because of various opportunities that we are providing. We have 11 high schools, so 11 teams, 11 football teams, 11 quarterbacks. And then we have a very good fine arts group. Our band programs are very good. Wakeland has come on the was the top four of the entire state. And then academics wise, our average for SAT and ACT are much, much higher than the national average. So all these things combined, are making it a very attractive. And then arcade center, it provides a lot of opportunities. If somebody wants to go into plumbing or any tradesman activities or careers, they are available. But at the same time, we are also working very hard to ensure that the latest technologies are also available, whether it is in broadcasting or whether it is learning artificial intelligence and then things like that. So all these things, in a nutshell, have made it very, very exciting. In fact, I just want to tell you one more thing. 18 years ago, when we were looking for to buy a house, we only looked at Frisco because Frisco had some sort of a magic that has attracted me. And then since last 18 years, it has been very, very a happy place. Both my daughters, my older one is a product of Frisco ISD, and my younger one is now in high school in Frisco ISD. So it excites me all the time about all the things that are happening here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ponangi, so much for giving us your time today and allowing the voters to hear directly from you on these important issues.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time, and thanks to everyone at Collin County Votes for making this possible, for letting our message be available for the community. Thank you so much.